Hello and welcome back to A Year of Miracles. We are on lesson 36. Lesson 36 states, "My holiness envelops everything I see." This lesson expands on the idea from lesson 35. Because your mind is part of God, your holiness is not just within you, it extends outward and affects everything you perceive. This means that the way you see the world can shift from fear and judgment to love and peace. So we've spoke about this before, and again, we have a choice. It's choosing to see the wholeness, the holiness in everything, in yourself, in those that you're around, in your experiences. Again, because we have free will to choose, we get to see the whole holiness in all things. And so when it's saying enveloped is you're cocooned into this the holiness of the creator, God, infinite universe at all times, because you are an aspect of it. And so that in itself just should just fill you with so much goodness, like love, joy, peace, right? Because and, and again, remember, we're shifting our perspective to thinking that the world is out to get us. Now, the world is enveloping us in its holiness. Like, what a shift in perspective. So, a reminder that your holiness is not limited to you. You know, there is an infinite God creator that you are connected to. That means you're connected to a divine love that is beyond what you've probably ever been able to comprehend before, right? Because again, you're only perceiving your reality from your puny perspective, not understanding that you can see your reality through the lens of infinite perspectives, right? Infinite lenses, because you are connected to the infinite. Um, and this is where, so it says here, your holiness heals and transforms. By recognizing your holiness, you begin to see the holiness in others and in all situations. This shift in perception brings healing, not just for yourself, but to those around you. So I follow Gene Keys. It's a bit like human design, but it just talks about the many aspects. It's a great tool for you to understand different aspects of an entirety of a being, all the stories you could ultimately have about yourself. And he talks about the most honorable thing any of us can do is to see everybody in their highest regard. Why would I limit you by seeing you as poor or fearful or depressed or angry or anxious? I choose to see you in your holiness. I choose to see you in your divine nature. I choose to see you in your abundant state. I choose to see that you have everything that you ever wanted, rather than choosing to limit you based on limited perspectives. If we all did that, the world would be a different place. This is how you create a new world, a new reality. By choosing to see people at their highest regard, their divine nature of who they really are, rather than at face value, the distortions of the ego, right? And again, your ego doesn't like to do this because you think by doing that they're taking away from you, and they're not. For example, if I was to see Corina abundant and successful, before, for me, my ego's not wanted to do that because I feared that she's taking something away from me. She's actually part of me. Her success is my success. There's no separation. What God, the creator, has done for her, I get to experience. I can play that role if I want to, because I get to choose.
Yeah, that's beautiful because a thing when it comes to like manifestation and everything is that when things like that arise in your reality, so when you see somebody uh, who arises on social media or like somebody comes on your reality and it's like, oh, I'm making $50 million a year or something, that can be kind of triggering. But the everything that rises in your reality is an invitation, as mentioned before. So if you go, oh no, they must be a bad person. Oh no, they must have like lied their way to get that. Or oh no, they must be lying about their income. What you're doing is you're accepting an invitation. You're saying, because it's appearing in your reality as an invitation for you, for you. And so what you're saying is either okay, well, I have to lie, cheat, be a bad person in order to have that same result that I actually want. Or you're saying, no, it's not for me. You're making it bad or wrong in that with that invitation. Or you can say, ah, yes, yes, I love that, celebrate that person. I love that that's happening for them. Yes, yes, I accept that invitation. I love that, and I love that for them. I'm going to celebrate them. I'm going to genuinely celebrate them. Have love, have gratitude for them having that. And that's when you say yes to your experience of it.
Yeah, because it's all God, remember? It's all the same creation. So, something that I do is I appreciate the creation. What an incredible creation, right? Because that same creator that has created the illusion of that experience that you're experiencing is creating you having that experience. And it's always happening for you to awaken you to your power. There is nothing that anyone that you see outside of you doing that you cannot do. And again, this should excite you. This should make you feel liberated for what is possible for you, because anyone outside of you is showing you what's possible for you.
Yeah, and even taking that, I mean, we're veering way away from the lesson, but it's flowing, so we'll say it. But even like on the, when you can say things like, "Oh, but you know what? Like, I I can't do that because I had my leg amputated or something." But look what every time there's limits, we seem to somehow break those limits. We seem to somehow break what's possible. Now there's people running, hitting speeds that people, without some sort of, disability haven't even done, having, I don't know what they're called, the leg thing. So
Prosthetic.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Or there, yeah. So we're breaking those limits, even what we think are limits. Well, I can't because, the leg's never going to grow back. But why are you creating that false limit? There are people
Yeah.
breaking running goals or sports goals with these perceived limits.
You reminded me, I watched this beautiful film the other day and I was literally bawling because based on a true story. And this guy only had one leg and he was a wrestler and he wanted to win a championship. And the battles he faced again and again and again to try and do it with just one leg was just grueling. It was literally like, wow, the determination and resilience of this person. And he went up against the world leader that had never been beaten, and he won, right? Sheer determination, willpower, and knowing that he was never going to give up and that he could do it, and he wasn't letting the perceived limitations stop him, allowed him to make that his reality. It was such a beautiful story, and thank you so much for bringing that up because it's true. Who says it has to be a limit?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so the lesson, my holiness envelops everything I see. Again, I know Sammy touched on a lot of this, so I'm just going to retouch on it. Our holiness is impersonal. So it's not just, oh, I'm holy, and there's everything out there, and there's everyone out there. Our holiness is impersonal. It envelops everything. Of course, if everything arises as a projection from inside us, our holiness must envelop everything we see. It's and if everything is God, just like we are the facet of God, if everything is God, then of course holiness must envelop everything I see. But your holiness is not unique to you. It is impersonal. It envelops all. Understanding this, applying this lesson and understanding this is what starts to dissolve separation. You'll hear a lot of people, myself included, talk about there's no separation. We get to stop seeing things from the lens of separation. And we did the exercise with the pen and the shopping mall, etc. We're breaking down this illusion of separation. Again, it's not just a concept that you believe because a certain teacher said so, or because it got said in a certain book, or because there's a part of your heart that a part of your heart or soul that says like, "Ooh, this feels true." It's something that you can actually break down. So when you move through the world, you no longer see it in the mode of separation. And that's the goal of A Course in Miracles, is for you to have these direct experiences and see it for yourself. So this is one of the lessons that helps dissolve this this false belief in separation. And once you break down and dissolve separation, that's what helps you start seeing the world through the lens of unity and peace. So this lesson moves the idea of I am very holy because my mind is a part of God's, the perceiver. Now we're moving the idea into the perceived. So the way that we apply the idea is again, there's going to be a long application and a shorter application, a longer practice period and a shorter practice period. The longer practice periods, you want to do approximately 4 times today. Approximately, try to do 4. If you don't, again, don't be like I can be sometimes. Oh my gosh, I didn't do it right. I have to start over. Don't worry about it. Self-forgiveness. So 4 times today, about 3 to 5 minutes, and close your eyes. Repeat the idea several times slowly. My holiness envelops everything I see. My holiness envelops everything I see. Open your eyes and look about you and whatever you note in your surroundings, kind of like we've been doing in the past. And so you can just, my eyes land on this cup. My holiness envelops this cup. My holiness envelops that refrigerator. My holiness envelops that painting. My holiness envelops, etc., etc. And then as you're doing it, again, go back to closing your eyes and repeating the idea. My holiness envelops everything I see. So again, you're moving between having your eyes open and applying it to the outside world, and then just closing your eyes and repeating the idea. And then for the shorter practice periods, you're going to just do it as often as you can. Close your eyes, repeat the idea. My holiness envelops everything I see. Open your eyes and repeat the idea. Just one time, gently looking around. My holiness envelops everything I see. Close your eyes. My holiness envelops everything I see. So close, open, close. Remember, the shorter practice periods are short. They're meant to be done anywhere, just quickly. You park at the grocery store, my holiness envelops everything I see. My holiness envelops everything I see. My holiness envelops everything I see. Say it slower than I just did, but still, it's meant to be brief, done anywhere, often. Whereas the longer practice periods are the ones where you're really taking the time to apply it to as many things as possible. And that's it for me.
Amazing. That was such a good lesson, and all the little shares that we had. And this is the thing, like me and Corina are both so good at this. Like I truly believe that you cannot fuck it up and you cannot get it wrong. Everything that you say comes through for a reason. And the worst thing that you can do is judge, shame, or feel guilty about any of it. Right? It doesn't matter. It's only you giving meaning to something that doesn't matter. So just absolutely, and this I think comes with self-trust, and knowing your true nature. You get to say what you want. Okay, we're not saying be a dick about it, right? Right, within reason, right? But even then, like we're not gonna go into that actually. We're not gonna go into that. That's too deep. We ain't got time for that. But yeah, less judging and less shaming. And and I'm saying this because of all of the women that are in a bloom that are showing up in their stories and sharing their journey and things like that. And then they judge themselves for, oh, should I have said this or should I have done that? Or someone inquires about wanting to purchase in a bloom and then they send a message, and then because they haven't come back, they're like, oh, did I fuck it up? You thinking those things are what is going to create that reality, right? So choose to see the holy in it all, choose to see the good in it all, choose to see the love and abundance in it all, right? We have to clear the distortions of the ego, the fear, scarcity, lack, judgment, guilt, shame. Just choose to know that if this person doesn't come back, another person will come, because there's always enough. There's infinite resources, tools, abundance available to you. Okay. Love you all, and we will see you next time for lesson 37. See you soon. Bye.